Take 30 News, we'll cover why shopping local this holiday season is more important than ever.
Then we'll talk about the new construction and new business coming to downtown Starkville.
And homecoming is upon us, and the university has been hosting events all week.
Your Take 30 News starts right now. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us here at Take 30 News. I'm Jake White.
And I'm Candice Bruce.
DARE is a long-running national safety program that educates the country's youth on the essentials.
Our Felicia Moore is caught up with the Starkville Police Department to learn one of the program's most important lessons.
The common line is, I got a handle on it, I can quit at any time. You know, that's the biggest lie somebody can tell themselves, you know, once they get hooked on something.
The National DARE program curriculum is ever evolving, teaching students the dangers of drugs, bullying, and peer pressure. At Starkville Police Department, officers take pride in the education they give to upcoming generations.
DARE stands for Drug Abuse, Resistance, and Education. Say hi, Darren.
The mascot, Darren the Lion, travels with officers to schools, and after the 10-week program, Darren awards graduates with their certificates. DARE educator and SPD Corporal Kenya Bibbs spoke on how students can stand up against these issues.
Mainly just have to be strong and just be like, no, I'm not going to do it. It's not right. That's not what Corporal Bibbs taught us in DARE class. You know, if I see a bully, I'm going to report the bully.
Kids are taught about the significance of speaking up against peer pressure through the long-lasting program, which was established back in 1983. DUI enforcement officer Raheem Clemens touches on what he's seen when people surrender to peer pressure.
They say no, and no, I'm good. That's your poison. Hey, do what you do, but you know, no, I'm good. Some people succumb to that peer pressure and they end up doing the same thing, and actually they turn out worse.
Remember that the phrase, see something, say something, is not exclusive to crime. In Starkville for Take 30 News, I'm Felicia Morris.
Aiding many generations for exactly 40 years.
And coming up now, it's time for our first look at our forecast.
For that, we turn things over to Campus Connect meteorologist Zack Rogers.
Thanks, Jake. It's been another beautiful day here in Starkville. You can see throughout one of our Davis Wade weather stem cameras, beautiful blue skies have been with us all day. A little bit warmer than it has been these past few days, though. Right now, we're sitting at around 68, and that was the high today. Right now, we're kind of peaking out as that sun's begun to set. Feels like 66 with an east-southeast wind at around 3 miles per hour. That humidity is not really there. It's been pretty dry these past few days, but why is that exactly? Well, I'll tell you about that and more coming up in just a little bit, so stay tuned.
Thank you, Zach. With the Christmas season approaching, many small businesses are preparing for the annual holiday shopping season.
It's critical for people to shop local for Christmas.
It's almost that time of year when the weather drops, Christmas trees reach maturity, and most of all, people start buying presents for their loved ones. Studies show that 25% of local businesses close up shop this time of year due to low sales or limited cash flow. Local business owners say that they work hard around the clock to combat stats like that.
We're spending lots of money. That's what you do. You just have to stock up the store.
Well, we've been preparing since the day we opened. We've been carefully shopping and sort of curating what our customers want and need and like.
And West Point local businesses are no different, relying on Christmas to provide for a significant portion of their business.
It's critical for people to shop local for Christmas because the bulk of our revenue for the entire year comes from the couple of months around Christmas time. So that gives us money to purchase things next year.
The official shopping season kicks off in the next couple of weeks. West Point small businesses are having high hopes for a good season of local shopping. So always remember to put your dollar into your local economy where it matters.
Make sure, no matter where you are, to support your city's small local businesses.
The cool weather is finally in the Magnolia State this week, and many of us are trying to keep as warm as possible when the temperatures drop.
Our Izzy Maherl joins us live in the studio with some helpful tips for you and your family this winter season. Izzy?
That's right. It's finally starting to cool down outside, and some of us are hoping that it will stay that way for the upcoming holiday season. With that comes turning on the heat on our thermostats at home and putting fires in our fireplaces. This week, I dug a little deeper with some local experts to see how to stay safe and warm this winter. As the cold weather is finally rolling into Mississippi this November, it is easy to turn on the heat and turn up the temperature on our thermostats without thinking twice. What many of us forget is the safety precautions and situations to be aware of that come with keeping our homes warm.
For example, the space heaters, they're very dangerous. They get very hot. They can cause fires very easily. The same with electric blankets, electricity and, cords, and then you got flammable materials.
Another area in your home that may be more susceptible to fires during the cold months than you might think is your kitchen. Warner emphasized the importance of having a fire extinguisher in your home. An important way to remember how to use it is pass. Pull the pin, aim the nozzle, squeeze the trigger, and sweep across the inflamed surface. Many first-time renters and homeowners know that there are hazards to be aware of, but do not know how to identify them or prevent accidents from occurring.
I know that whenever I turn the thermostat up, the bill gets higher, but other than that, I know nothing about the safety of a thermostat.
Having access to a fire extinguisher and knowing the basic safety methods to keep yourself safe in the event of a heat-related accident are very important. Warner even suggests trying to educate yourself.
The biggest thing is make sure your smoke detectors are working, you have a fire extinguisher, and keep everything away from flammable. Like if you have a space heater or some kind of something, just keep it away from the flammable objects.
In the event that you do have issues with your heating system, immediately contact a professional so you can get back to staying warm safely in the chilly winter weather.
Please stay safe and warm out there this winter season.
Thank you so much, Izzy. And coming up, we'll talk about some new equipment that is on its way to the cotton fields.
Stay with us.
As concern grows over the declining health of the world's oceans, veterinary students at Mississippi State are learning how to rescue and rehabilitate vulnerable marine animals. Through a unique partnership between the College of Veterinary Medicine and the Institute of Marine Mammal Studies in Gulfport, Mississippi, students are experiencing the chance of a lifetime. Real-time research of this fragile ecosystem prepares students for a future in providing care for sick and stranded dolphins, turtles, sea lions, and other marine species. At the same time, MSU's advanced diagnostic technology is helping innovate for solutions while improving treatment and outcomes. Not only are the waters of the Gulf Coast opening new worlds of discovery for Mississippi State veterinary students, they are much safer now, thanks to this game-changing partnership that's improving life for literally hundreds of aquatic animals.
With the rise of women in the medical field, experts want to keep that momentum going.
Joshua Hughes spent the day getting the details.
And there were so few women who were faculty members. We didn't have people that we could look up to as either basic science faculty members or as clinical faculty members.
About a third of physicians and surgeons are women. This week, the group hosted an informational seminar to raise awareness about the importance of female representation in the medical field.
I was being paid $65,000 less than he was. And he didn't have the same amount of grant support. He wasn't busy clinically at all.
More than 25 people attended the informational event. Victoria Garrett shares what inspires her.
I've sort of always wanted to be pre-med and wanted to practice medicine. I mean, if you really wanted to look at it, I could probably blame watching Star Trek and watching MASH when I was a kid. I grew up watching all these medical shows and wanting to help people and do stuff like that.
The group has more than 10,000 members. For Take 30 News, I'm Joshua Hughes.
The next AMWA meeting will be November 14th.
Cotton is a major part of the Mississippi landscape and economy and has been for most of the state's history. Researchers at Mississippi State are developing a robot to move the crop into the future. The robot is designed to go into a field using artificial intelligence technology to pick cotton balls one by one on its own. Because plastic is a main source of contamination in the cotton industry, this robot would also improve the quality of the product.
New renovations are underway to an historical downtown building, making way for a new retailer.
Take 30's Colin James has more on the latest.
Located on the corner of South Lafayette and East Lampkin Street, what used to house the Starkville Korean Church now sits dormant as a new renovation project is underway to turn it into a new retailer. Mark Castleberry, the man behind the project, says that this new undisclosed business will be a new and unique presence in Starkville.
I can't announce the name of it. They don't want it, they're going to do their own rollout. But they'll provide some real nice products and services to the market that aren't presently, well, you can get some of them, but not done this way. But I think really good company, very excited about having them come.
What used to be a car dealership back in the day is now undergoing extensive renovations to make it something that they hope will reel in customers in Starkville for years to come. The project is being split in multiple parts. Although there's not an official timeline for when it will be finished, it's expected that the first part will be finished in around 2024. With a new, never-before-seen business being planned, Mark Castleberry explained how it will economically help not just Lafayette Street, but the city of Starkville in general.
This building will then be paying taxes, it will be employing people, and this is goods and services where people will be attracted to come to downtown, come to shop downtown for this business, and then the synergy that it'll create. And Lafayette's a great street, but it does have a lot of retail on it. It's got Dunkington is there, but kind of a lone wolf. And so I think bringing more retail will also engage Lafayette Street.
There's a lot of work to be done, but in the meantime, there's a lot to look forward to in the near future. With Take 30 News, I'm Colin James.
Starkville residents can watch its completion from the street from start to finish on Lafayette Street, located downtown.
And coming up, Zack Rogers is in the studio to give you a weather preview heading into this weekend.
Don't go anywhere.
When it comes to making the world a better place, it's all in the numbers at Mississippi State University. Our big data science researchers are creating astonishing new algorithms to model human behavior and consumer activity to identify anomalous purchasing patterns. Interpreting the data creates heat maps that can signal fraudulent activity and even predict likely cybercrime locations and perpetrators. And as the only academic institution to team with a state-level DHS agency in the study of transactional data of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, MSU is helping prevent misuse while ensuring that benefits are being used as intended. These successes are opening doors for similar research partnerships with banking, insurance, credit card, and other data-intensive industries, leading to consumer confidence in online and other transactions. Making numbers count. Mississippi State University. Farming can be a tough way to make a living. Weather, pricing pressures, and unpredictable swings in demand can take a toll, not only on farmers' finances, but on their mental health, as well as that of family members and farm workers. That's why Mississippi State University is spearheading a program to train extension agents to detect the signs of depression, substance abuse, and other stress-related challenges. Everyone has a bad day, of course, but this holistic view of a farmer's circumstances enables MSU representatives to recognize the difference between routine struggles and deeper, more serious issues. It may be a tough conversation, but the sooner it gets started, the sooner farmers can get help to better manage stress and continue the important work of growing the products our world needs. Caring for farms and farmers. Mississippi State University.
We've had another beautiful day here in Starkville, but moreover than that, it's been warmer than it has been. You can see here 68 in Fulton, 68 in Starkville, 71 in Ackerman, 70 in Louisville. That's a little bit out of the norm for what has been these past few days, considering that we haven't even breached 50 on some of these days. That being said, this is most of what our high has been these past few days, and it's starting to This is most of what our high has been, and it's starting to fall off now that the sun has begun to set. Our dew points, however, are sticking in the mid to upper 20s, and some of us in the 30s, and that's really making us feel dry, and that's thanks to this band of high pressure right here. That's thanks to this high pressure system right here that is off to our east right now. But over the next few days, it will move steadily towards the Magnolia State, eventually coming in and taking a downward turn. But that's only really going to make these clouds stay around the area just for a little bit longer. But as the high pressure system moves to our south, it will taper off. Now I bet you're wondering, what's that going to mean for me over these next few days? Well, as of tonight, it's going to lower to around 38 degrees. It's going to be chilly with some sparse clouds here and there with winds from the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So if you intend to go out to dinner somewhere tonight, maybe bring a light jacket with you because it will still get a little cooler. As for tomorrow, we're going to be back in the 70s with a high of 73. Clear skies, but with winds from the south at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And speaking of tomorrow's homecoming football game against Kentucky, kickoff at 6:30 will be around 65 degrees, dropping at halftime to around 58 degrees. But by the time you're on your drive home, it will be down to around 55 degrees. So if you have a tendency to get cold in the stands, you might want to bring a jacket with you if you do get cold in the stands. But it will feel pretty good if you're intending on tailgating tomorrow, as it will be in the 70s. Over your next 7 days, you can expect the temperatures to rise. 73 on Saturday, raising to 75 by Sunday. Rising up again even higher than that into the upper 70s by Monday. And by Tuesday, we'll be back in the 80s. So that cold snap was not going to last. But fortunately, by Wednesday, we'll peak out at around 82, and it will start to decrease from there. By Thursday, we'll be at 75, and by Friday at 68, thanks to a little cold snap that's coming in that will drop our temperatures again. And we're going to kind of get into this pattern this time of year of our temperatures rising and falling with this over the next few weeks, at least until fall really sets in, fall and winter sets in, and those temperatures will lower from there.
Thanks for that coverage, Zach. Up next, Kayla Ward will take you through all things sports.
Stay with us.
At Mississippi State University, student-led teams are taking one of the country's biggest health issues to heart. Out to unravel one of science's unsolved mysteries, researchers in MSU's Department of Agriculture and Biological Engineering are asking why and when healthy cells in human arteries can begin changing into bone-like structures that hamper blood flow. This calcification contributes to strokes and heart attacks, two leading causes of death in Mississippi. As part of their groundbreaking research, students are designing a 3D model that allows them to understand how arteries act within the body and what changes them. By recreating what is happening at the cellular level, researchers are pursuing ways to stop and reverse the process of calcification. Testing treatments could lead to new solutions, helping reduce the number of people struggling with the effects of poor heart health, and ultimately saving lives. Mississippi State University, getting to the heart of better health for Mississippians.
And welcome back to Take 30 Sports, as we had some history made this past week and celebrating some history this upcoming weekend. This week, Mississippi State will be celebrating the 25th anniversary of the 1998 SEC West Division Championship. This was a team that was full of grit, attitude, determination, and all they wanted to do was win, win, and win. There's no better way to celebrate that championship than bringing back these jerseys like the one I have on. This jersey is courtesy of our very own Marcus Hunter. Tomorrow's game, the jersey will be maroon, but hey, it's awesome to see some throwbacks like this. This is what a few students had to say about the jerseys.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I mean, it's always good to go back to the roots, and it's always something new. Everybody likes new. Nobody likes the old stuff, so I think it's good to go back and just go back to what we started with. And they look nice, so I like them.
I like it. Hopefully I can pop in some pictures, get everybody, so that's my opinion. I like it. Hail State.
Tomorrow's homecoming game is at 6:30 against Kentucky. Former coaches Jackie Sherrill and Mike Leach of Mississippi State football were announced as members of the 2024 Texas Sport Hall of Fame. Coach Sherrill is known for taking Mississippi State to new heights in football, and Coach Leach is known for creating the deadly air raid offense. Again, congratulations to both coaches. The Texas Rangers have won the World Series, and it was their first championship in franchise history, winning the series 4-1 against the Arizona Diamondbacks. As we had some close games and some blowouts, the Texas Rangers had complete dominance throughout the World Series. Led by their mighty batting lineup, supported by some crafty pitching, Corey Seager won his second World Series MVP, being the first person to win it in both leagues. This team overall made a lot of history by winning the World Series. Congratulations to former Diamond Dogs Chris Stratton and Nathaniel Lowe for winning the World Series. And also, pitcher Will Smith became the first player to win 3 World Series in a row with 3 different teams. Again, congratulations to the 2023 World Series champions, the Texas Rangers. The Mississippi State Bulldogs made history by having a first-round bye for the SEC tournament this past weekend, beating Alabama Tuesday in overtime and advancing to their first SEC semifinal game in school history on Thursday. They ended up losing to Arkansas, but hey, this puts them in a good position to host in the first round of the NCAA soccer tournament this week for the second year in a row. These last 2 years under Coach James Armstrong have been phenomenal as they've been making history each year. This is Caleb Ward with your Take 30 Sports Recap. Stick around and we'll have more Take 30 news after the break.
Discovery. It tells our history and determines our future. At Mississippi State University, we're digging deep, unlocking an understanding of our past, validating it. Middle East exploration by faculty and students is uncovering evidence that unravels ancient mysteries. Scholars have long thought of the biblical kings David and Solomon as mythological figures. Our research offers evidence that supports their existence, boosting MSU into an international league of experts on archaeology. Now we're changing the way people think about the past, opening up new possibilities of understanding for future generations. Digging deeper, learning more. The sense of place. We all have it, often grown from deep roots in small-town communities. At Mississippi State University, our Carl Small Town Center is strengthening these ties. With nearly 40 years of making a difference, we're revitalizing communities into welcoming places to work, live, and congregate. By weaving together the best pieces of our past with modern technology and amenities, we're creating the hometowns of the future. Places where lifetime memories can be made, where you have all the things you need, along with all the things you want. Through partnerships with our communities, we're identifying improvement opportunities, recommending paths forward, and creating the plans for a better tomorrow.
The merging of two campus traditions is happening at Mississippi State University.
Soon, the 90-year University florist will share a space with the Mafe's Cheese Store. Our Aubrey Carter gives us the inside look.
The University florist on Mississippi State's campus is being relocated to provide space for a new sushi and noodle restaurant. At the beginning of last semester, Aramark, MSU's dining service, had already begun planning the big move. However, the florist workers were not yet aware of the transition.
And I was like, what's going on? Like, what are y'all doing? And they're like, oh, we're taking your building. Initial reaction, kind of shock, like, oh, you're gonna take our building? And then it was like, oh wait, that's kind of sad. So now we're past the sad and we're looking at the positive outlook of it.
The flower shop will be moving from 100 Lee Boulevard to the Mafe Sales Store, otherwise known as the Cheese Store. Both businesses will be sharing the building. The floral design portion of the florist will be moving to the A.B. McKay building off campus. Employees have expressed their concern for the location, but believe that their loyal customers will keep business rolling.
I mean, we've been here for so long, people trust us around Starkville, but I am a little bit worried about the retail aspect of it. I think we could struggle a little bit there.
It'll be challenging, but you know, my mom and daddy always say, roll with the punches, Lauren. So we're rolling with them.
The University florist has been a part of the Bulldogs family since 1934 and will continue to offer floral arrangements, McCarty's pottery, and other gifts. They hope to continue providing to their loyal customers for generations to come. With Take 30 News, I'm Aubrey Carter.
The University florist is officially up and operating in the new space. For more information on the new location, visit florist.msstate.edu. And for the first time, students are attending Mississippi State University this fall more than ever. The university announced yesterday an 11.4% increase in first-time students this semester. This is the largest entering class in the school's 145-year history. MSU also recorded its highest number of freshman applications as the university remains the #1 choice for Mississippi high school graduates, with more than 14,000 students attending from the Magnolia State. This totals 63% of the student body. The growth in first-time students follows 2 years of record-setting graduations. Last year, MSU awarded nearly 500,000 degrees across all levels. This is the highest number of degrees ever awarded.
It's homecoming week and the campus is bustling with activities. Here's a look at how students are getting in the homecoming spirit.
Even though I wasn't born in the 90s, I do feel like overall it has just influenced our culture.
Maroon Dreams, an ode to the 90s, is the theme for MSU Homecoming 2023. While most students here weren't born in the 90s culture has transcended through the years through music and fashion.
Especially now, within the 2020s, you kind of see a lot more 90s influence and vintage styles coming out. The sweatshirt is actually from the 90s.
The events on campus included a 90s trivia on the drill field and a mall madness in the Sanderson. This event had skating and student vendors. While these events are fun, the Student Association has worked for months to put on these events and wants the students to support an organization that gives back to the students.
I think being here as long as I have now that I'm in grad school, I think homecoming has become something really special. It brings a lot of friends, older and younger, all together. And I think having something like a pep rally right now has been really fun and sentimental.
Homecoming is always a fun time every single year. And if you can't make it to the game this Saturday, you can always tailgate outside in the Junction. MSU Homecoming is designed to bring family, friends, and fun to campus every year. And the Student Association is ready to do it all again this year with a 90s twist.
All right, that's all we have for you now. But before you leave, I want to know a little bit about this jersey. What's the backstory about this?
So I was talking to Marcus Hunter, one of our professors. He's played football here, and I was telling him about homecoming, and we're doing the throwbacks. And I was like, hey, can I wear your jersey? He was like, you know what? I'll let you. So, it's a little snug, but hey, I'm ready to run through that wall, baby.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great weekend.